Hi, it's Misk, your favorite orb to ponder. I know I haven't been posting in a while, but I wanted to do something a bit different for my Sizzle 2024 video. So, I've been hooked on Splatoon since the first game. I see it as probably the most important game, the most influential game of my childhood, and I'm sure my cumulative time spent in the games throughout the franchise is over 5,000 hours, which might be indicative of me having no life. So now I'm thinking, I just want to get my thoughts together, and also just reflect back on what brought me here. So when I was younger, I had a lot of exposure to digital media as it grew in the early 2000s and 2010s. And for some reason, I never got to play shooters, but I always wanted to try playing them despite their violence. So when Splatoon was announced for the Wii U, I absolutely had to try, knowing that was my best chance at, playing a shooter. Not to mention how different it looked and how kid-friendly it looked. So obviously my parents were like, oh, let's get it. We already have a Wii U anyway. And once it came out, test fire. I was fucking hooked. So, when I was playing, first starting out in Splatoon, I messed around with the ink brush, the roller, the splash-o-matic, the sploosh-o-matic, even the arrow spray because I was a silly little rat like that, and all that mattered in Turf War was to just get the most points in the last 30 seconds. So I was very afraid of ranked mode. I may or may not have played a bit of ranked mode when I was playing Splatoon 1, but I never really got into competitive. But then the Dynamo Roller came out, and I believe that's when I started playing a bit of the rank, but still, no competitive. Very scared. It was the best thing I'd ever played. Kills were easy, specials were OP, and it was fucking beautiful. Splatoon 1's campaign boss? Hell yes, this is still my favorite boss fight of the entire series. Like, you can compare that to the DLC, to the other campaigns, but the Splatoon 1 campaign is the most technically demanding boss fight in all of the games so far. And when it came to the final fest, the game actually had me in tears. Even though I didn't engage with the community at the time, I truly felt like a part of the game. And so when Splatoon 2 came out, I couldn't really get it because it was too soon after Splatoon 1's cycle ended. So when I finally got a Switch in Splatoon 2, its final fest was already over and there were reruns of previous themes. I believe the one that my first Splatfest in Splatoon 2 was a rerun of Star vs. Mushroom. I finally got to play ranked and competitive. In the 2 years before Splatoon 3 released, I played in 2 tournaments hosted by the Proton Splat League in the Team Iosis. We got to finals for the tournament, and though we didn't make it to top 3, I was still left in high spirits, and I wanted to go further for the next seasons. I still had my Dynamo skills, my splash skills, after years of not playing. It's just unfortunate that Dynamo can't be any meta again, but I did start picking up new weapons like the X-Splosher and Octobrush. So, Splatoon 3. It's actually only recently that the fact finally sank into me that Splatoon was a huge part of my childhood. It's why I have a competitive streak. It's why I love squids and marine creatures so much. It's why I'm so good at, gaming and, zoning in. So, I think because my brain was cooking while I was playing Splatoon, the controls and quirks about it are ingrained into my muscle memory, and I have significantly less rust when starting out the game after a bit of a break. And my time in competitive Splatoon 2 led me to becoming a captain of my own team in Splatoon 3. Our team's called Replica. It's been a huge learning experience for me, and with Proton Splat League Season 10, I hope we can make it to finals, or at least have fun as always. So, my opinions on the Splatoon 3 meta are just kind of here and there. I never really paid attention to the meta because I was just quote-unquote naturally talented at the game. And, I main Dynamo, I thought that's all I had to do. But there's a lot to it, all of the abilities you need, which weapons are best at, killing, moving around. The meta is still, fast, right? Splatoon is super fast-paced. I am spoiled by Splatoon because wait times for matches is very quick. Matches go very fast. If you have 15-20 minutes to spare, you could play at least 2 matches between, depending on, how long it takes to match up. 2 or 3, even. But I go I go get invited to play League of Legends. Respawning is over 20 seconds or some shit. Apparently, when Foam Stars released, wait times for matches is like several times longer than the actual match. And I mean, I think the League of Legends wait time is just a factor of gameplay in MOBA type games. But Foam Stars tried to be Splatoon, fucking failed. Splatoon is just really good for people who want to play fast and kill fast and do fast. One of the people who were in my team when I first became captain of my own team played a lot of racing games, and I was like, yeah, there's a bit of a correlation here. So, although I have my gripes with the American marketing for Splatoon, someone's gotta bite the bullet, get a marketing degree, learn Japanese, and make Splatoon bigger outside of Japan. And I love Splatoon so much. I got the merch, I got the I got the Grand Festival band and one of the Tri Squid logo tee. I know the Nintendo devs are going to be cooking for the next console. I know they'll have at least 3 years because I don't believe Splatoon 3 is going to be, not Splatoon 3. I don't believe Splatoon 4 is going to be a launch title for Switch 2. They're probably working on the next Pokemon and the next Animal Crossing. And then they can cook in Splatoon 3. I want to thank my friends and my teammates for being a part of this experience. Everyone who I've encountered in game, and maybe sorry for swiping a few rank ups here and there. I love this game, and I love all of my friends I've made by sharing Splatoon. So, thank you, Foz, Phoenix, Hattie, Moss, and everyone in the wider friend group for being amazing friends, supporting me in my passions, and assuring that I'm a cool person. Thank you, Proton Splat League, for being my first taste of competitive Splatoon. Thank you, Salty, X, Dead, and Silva for having me in Season 6 and 7 in Iosis for Proton Splat League, of course. Thank you, Vimo Chow, Kyoya, Hitomi, and Math Wizard for being part of my own team, Replica, for Seasons 8 and 9. And also, thank you, Always Salty again, Titanium Togekiss, Lychee, Godako, and Ravioli for being here for the current season, Season 10. And I hope we can continue to improve and have fun in the future. And remember, stay fresh!